Yo, 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 it's the Cultural Currency Podcast back in the building. Yes, we are official, man. I'm your host, JoePro973.
And I'm your co-host, Swiss Legacy.
The homie. And today we got a very, very special guest, man. We got the brother Ty in here, Flames. You know what I mean? He's
Chiwi. You know it. They all mean something to somebody,
hey, yo,
trust me.
They all mean something to somebody. That's a very good, you know what I mean, analysis right there. But I'm going to get out the way because, you know, I tend to talk. I know y'all be saying it in the comments. Damn, Joe Pro, you supposed to be introducing the dude and you just be talking all day, man. We want to hear from the guest. So I'm going to fall back, man, and I'm going to let the guest speak, man. Ty, how you feeling, brother?
Hey, man, I feel good, bro. I appreciate y'all having me up here, fellas, man, you know.
Absolutely. You know, we was chopping it up a little bit. You know, earlier you was telling me that you was feeling a little bit under the weather, but you know what I mean? You back right now and shit. You got your vitamin C and things in and shit, man.
I'm just feeling good enough to be here, honest with you, man. Like, I ain't got no food in my body. I just got some garlic knots down, you know what I mean? Feeling a little aight.
Okay. Them garlic knots, they gonna twist him up when you get up out of here, but
a little bit off camera, and I mean, congratulations. You said about the track meet, and I mean, couple y'all we going, and I mean, got some, state joints going in there, but. All right, since we talk about that, let's get into the beginning eras of this, man. Like, where you from? What you represent? What's going on?
I'm from here, man. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. You know,
okay,
born and
Brick
raised.
City.
Central Ward, man. Grew up on Prince. Born and raised. A little bit in Hooterville section. My pops was a bit of a rolling
Shout out to the Hooter, 07106.
But you know what I mean? My roots is in the Central Ward on the L block. Y'all know. You know what I mean?
L block.
That is Livingston, Boyd,
Entertainment.
Yeah, man. So I born and raised in that area. You know what I mean? Grew up, first fight, first girlfriend, kiss, all of that. You know
okay, I mean? So you basically in that Central Ward area. You know what I mean? From the Prince. That's a real crazy environment to grow up. So can you share? You know, what we like to do here on Cultural Currency is when we introducing a person to the audience, we kind of want to start off and ask the guests, what are your first memories growing up in Brick City?
That's gonna take me back. My first memories is probably my friends, my earliest friends, man. Shout out to Aaron, shout out to Glenn, shout out to Dick. Like, those is my earliest memories, just going through some of the things like 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Just navigating the city at that time was just a different reality.
So take us in that world. So, you know, you 8, 9, and 10 and you running around. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you had to be in before the street lights was on or not at that point in time, but just take us in that world where the little Flames was doing, running around with the bros.
Because you say 8, 9, and 10. This is outside the house now. So 8, 9, and 10. It was off the porch a little early, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the bro was already out there. He was outside.
Trying to figure, 8, 9, 10.
Just some of the things that a 10-year-old would do, right? So your pops might give you $5 and it was this the Castle movie theater. Remember the Castle?
There, Irvington off of Clinton.
I'm a baby, so y'all might not remember the Castle.
You pay for one movie and you get to see all of them joints up in there.
$2 Tuesdays.
Yeah, so we walking from Irving Turner to the Castle.
Okay.
And it seems like a bop now, but it ain't really a bop back in the day.
Cause back then, and I ain't even going front, bro. I used to do a lot of walking from Ivy Hill down to Irving Turner Boulevard. Shout out to homie. Word is born. Shout out to homie Hawk. He used to meet me halfway. You know what I mean? We used to walk, but go ahead and finish your story, brother.
Just navigating the streets, and mind you, we 5 and we in 5th and 6th grade, and you navigating through the cities. You don't know what's going on in Irvington. You only been in Newark, but you gonna find out when you go to the movies, right?
Absolutely.
You going to the movies.
What's going on in East Orange? You gonna find out.
Absolutely.
You navigate the cities, man. By the time you 14, 15, you feel like, wow,
I can go anywhere.
I can handle whatever. And so man, that's just some of the earliest memories, man. Navigating it, and of course, girls and all of that. But man, it got rough a little bit.
So what was molding you at that time to make decisions? Was it your friends? Was it you mentioned your pops being a Rolling Stone? And those upbringings, like what was molding the decisions and who was guiding those decisions for you at that time? Do you think it was just the environment, or was it a particular person? Was it a village?
No, it was definitely a village, but I say my dad spearheaded that. You know what I mean? Just always being that constant, the most consistent piece of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talked about it before, bro. Like, I rebelled, you know what I mean? Navigating the streets, I rebelled from my pops, you know what I mean? I was going through some things eternally. My mom passed, you know what I mean, going into my freshman year of high school. So that kind of forced me to rebel.
Sorry to hear that, you know what I mean?
Word, yeah, word. But that forced me to rebel for whatever reasons, right or wrong, that's why I rebelled. And so just my pops being that consistent, just it kept me with the structure, you know what I mean? And
Right.
that's what I was looking for. I ain't know, but I needed structure, and he pretty much provided that. So, yeah, man, that's what I would say with kept me
even
where I'm
in
at.
your rebelliousness, you understood he was still providing structure.
Now, at the time, you
At
don't
At the
realize
time, we
that.
so close to the picture that we can't even really see what's going on.
Right, you don't know that structure. You rebelling from it because
Right.
otherwise you don't care for structure.
Or you probably, was it a sense of you probably thought he was just being like on some other shit, or like mean, or?
I don't think I cared, man. I think I was in my feelings about what I was in my feelings about. I ain't really care why he did it. I
Okay.
wasn't trying to see it from your side. You know what I mean?
So,
Got it.
So being that your pops was there, being a person who was raised by his pops too, did you ever feel like it was kind of more lenient when you probably went to other people's houses and you're rebellious who probably didn't have a father figure? Like, it's easy to be over here because
Right.
back at the crib, at the ranch, man, it's gonna be real hard. Like, it's gonna be teaching you how to raise a man. Y'all over here, you kind of like knowing it as you're growing up. Like, you worry about taking out the girl, that ain't nothing, bro. You bugging. You get to do all of this because
No,
Pop's
that's spot
tripping.
on, bro.
Like,
That's spot on. But that's where you start realizing what structure is
Right.
that you rebelled from. I know what structure now, but growing up, it's like once you out and you see what you had that other
And you
people don't
kind
have,
of
you're
wanted to
like,
do what you wanted to
Right.
do in that moment. So like you was just
That
going to be
part, you
bucking
know what I
anyway
mean?
from it.
So it's labeled structure, but it's everything that you just described. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rules and guidance and things like that, and responsibilities, stuff
Right.
like that. Like, I had responsibilities growing up, and it wasn't compared to some. It was make my bed, take the garbage out, don't leave no dishes.
Simplicity, really.
Little simple stuff. But
Yeah.
carry those things in life, and it's like, oh,
And
alright.
so let me ask you this, bro. Like, what did that rebellion look like for you? Like, did you say, all right, Pops, you got these rules and you have this structure and I want to do what I want to do, so I'm going to be gone? Like, what did the rebellion look like for you?
It was, I'm out. I'm going to Sis' house, so now I got to deal with what you talking about. And he like, all right, but when you get back, those same things that you ran from
Right.
still,
Still
gonna
apply.
be
Gonna be here.
So I had to make a decision how long I wanted to be away from what I was missing.
Yo,
You know
and
what I mean?
that's
And I was able, you know, my sister took care of me enough to where, all right, Dad, I don't need your money right now. And bro got food and girls, so Dad, I don't need that part of it either. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
I
but
think
it was
that's a
certain
really
things.
good and important lesson that a lot of us and a lot of young people can learn. Because a lot of times what we do is we run from certain things. We may try to medicate ourselves from certain problems, but at the end of the day, once we get sober, once we come back, those same problems still exist. So I think what your pops is trying to show you in those moments is, look, we got to deal with what we got to deal with head on, because running from it is not going to eliminate the issue.
No, 1,000%. No, 1,000%. Like,
So,
you couldn't
so in actuality, even though he was a Rolling Stone, he showed you how to be a hard rock.
no, for sure, man. That's who
You know
Pops
what I'm saying?
is, man. That's who Pops is, and he not
Dope.
going. You know what I mean? He not going to sugarcoat it. Like we talked about prior. Like, Pops is what you see is what you get. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it wasn't no. He ain't no facade. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He mean what he saying. That's that. You know what I mean?
So as a characteristic of a person, do you feel like that's a necessary character that you look for in other people? Like, I need somebody who gonna be consistent with telling me how it is sometimes versus just telling me what I need to hear.
And like a person who won't sugarcoat it, basically.
Nah, only in my circle. Like, when building my friends in my circle or my team, if I'm putting a team together, yeah.
Right.
But just in life, I don't expect everybody to have those characteristics.
Good point, because
You know what
I
I mean?
think
That's
that a
too
lot
high
of
of a
times
standard.
what we do is we put our morals and our moral compass on other people, and that set us up for the failure, the expectations
of it, right?
Yeah, so that's a good way to look at it, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But like, absolutely, I take those values and qualities just in the life. So if I'm building a roster, it could be small, it could be a little AAU team, or it could be a men's 30 and under team. I'm putting the guys who I know going to be coming to practice or who going to show up. And yo, we got a game tomorrow, they going to show up.
Underdogs and Harold Wilson championships. I remember coaching the rep. I remember days like that, man. They like, who Fat Boy? They picking Fat Boy and Little Boy. Like, we been playing for years. We know how to run it. We gonna use my weight and his speed and run rabbit around. I just remember that kind of stuff.
And so this is what I kind of wanted to touch back on, because you said that your pops was good with letting you know the real and kind of like not sugarcoating things. So I want to know, you know, based off a previous conversation that we had, when you was coming up through the ranks and you was saying like it was time for you to maybe start looking at colleges and things of that nature, Pops was like, look, I ain't got no money. So if you want to, you know what I mean, get right and do what you need to do, then you need to get you a scholarship out here. You need to be smart enough to get you how they say, an academic scholarship, or you need to be nice in sports, which you was nice in sports, little Speedy and shit, Speedy Gonzalez and everything, but you know what I mean? Like, how did that prepare you kind of like for putting your mind state as far as going to school?
Man, it was crazy because it just happened so fast, right? Like I said, mom passed going into my freshman year of high school. Okay. Right, so Pop sat me down, he said, look, son, and I took the test to get into almost every high school in Newark. So university. I ain't want to go to science, so I ain't take that test. Okay. Technology, arts. I got accepted to every school, but I picked arts, right? So he told me first day of arts. He said, if you want to go to college, it's gonna be on you.
Oh, so I didn't know this previously. So you said this was like the first day of school type of shit, like
first day. That's dope. First day, right? You know what I mean? Because I had got a syllabus, and that you don't get that until high school usually. But in arts, you get a syllabus. They kind of, I'm like, what?
Yeah, you mean it's a college?
Yeah. But when I got the arts, they gave it to you. You know what I mean? So I got a syllabus.
Yeah, so they kind of was already kind of like preparing you.
Right, college prep stuff. So that's when he's told me like this college stuff, like. No, like if you want to do this, this is gonna be on you. So I went through high school kind of knowing like it's gonna be on me. Whatever I want to do after this is gonna be on me. You know what I mean?
So, but did that prepare you and give you that mind state to say like, look, I kind of want to be something in life. So like, you know what I mean? Like I gotta either have the grades right or I gotta compete on teams to get scholarships. Like, did it put you in that mind state?
I was winging it. Freshman, sophomore year was winging it. You know what I mean? I'm just good enough to make the teams. I'm not thinking I want to go to the league.
Was there anybody around you who possibly was in college that was encouraging you to look into college, or that you seen already in college that you needed to see?
No, I have nobody around me like, I want to go to college and be like this person. I don't come from a line of people going to college. You know what I mean? I got a scholarship being a first generation college kid, you know what I mean? $3,000 scholarship. So, you know what I mean? This is 03. This is not that long ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? Neither one of my parents come from education. You get what I'm saying? Like, but they're smart. You know what I mean? But they don't come from education. But either way, it was just, bro. It was surviving at the time, and then like having structure. That made me eligible enough to receive a scholarship that might come toward me, right? You know what I mean? So I want to get an academic in the football. No, I'm just good enough, and they like me. And my grades
just going
is good
through the
enough
motions of being a young man in school, and then
so you just keep continuing the structure that's just being instilled of hard work and staying dedicated to what you need to do to get
the discipline, right? Like my dad making me go to school, so now my grades good enough.
Everything to
discipline.
The discipline of it, right?
No, so that kept me to the point where now I'm eligible for if somebody like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you feel like wherever you end up, you able to instill that discipline?
No, I always try to keep myself eligible, prepared. You know what I mean? Right. They say stay ready so you don't got to get ready. And so Pops just kind of gave me that energy.
Hey, yo, that's a dope, like, just even when you think about it, yo, like what you just said, like, I just always try to keep myself eligible.
Yeah,
because you never know what opportunities are in front of you. And if you all fucked up and you not, you know what I mean, focused or not ready to seize the moment, then
no, for real.
The shit just pass you.
Big bro, man, just and he being snubbed right now. We talking about it, Brill being snubbed for the Newark Hall of Fame right now. But man, just he one of the GOATs and just all the talent in the world. But now when they want to receive this, what we want to give you this, you don't qualify.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Scholarship. So it's just so much out there. You know what I mean? And just, you know what I mean? Pop
He
just
being
kept me
for
that
the Newark
part.
Hall of Fame.
He being robbed right now, man. We'll get into
You
it,
protested for it. I know you protested for that.
Nah, he get my vote for sure.
absolutely.
No, for sure.
So you got something?
Yeah, only because that's just like old boy just now in the Hall of Fame who got snubbed for the Patriots. For us, like we know
Bill.
Like,
Bill,
him
he's super
getting
snubbed. But
that's
you know what?
I mean. For the athletic, yeah, Brick Bro was. We talk about Stokes for him being stubbed. That's how I would consider it.
Yeah, man.
I ain't like it. I used to just watch them two, and then when I watch them, like, oh shit, Ty, somebody that's a little bit like you, a little nice. Like, you feel me? Like,
shout to Brill Stokes, man. Shout to Brill.
Absolutely.
No, for sure.
So I guess what I want to kind of transition to now is, so, you know, all of the discipline and the training that you know what I mean, underwent and kind of like, you know, prepared you to go on to school. Like, what school did you actually wind up going to when it was time to go to college?
Yeah, man. So did my thing my senior year, Shabazz, man. Played 4 years football at Shabazz. Dual sport at that, though. I played basketball arts for 2 years in Newark Tech, man. 4-year letterman, man. Don't let them fool you, bro.
Nah, man, yeah, I remember that Newark Tech call. Bro. Cause he said he went to arts, but then he switched to Newark Tech. I remember that Newark Tech call one time from he like, man. Yo, bruh, they still got your name on the suspension list up here.
A whole year later, he cannot.
Yeah, I went
back.
to Newark Tech too, but I was trying to get the shit bad.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah,
and that was my school too. I graduated.
Oh, you
What
graduated?
I mean? Yeah, I graduated in 98.
Oh yeah, okay, I bet. So yeah, man, Terry is in the building, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, did my thing senior at Shabazz, and it wound up paying off for me, man. All black school in West Virginia was looking at me. Couple other schools too, but when you my height, 5 and some change, it
don't
big
pay.
schools don't want to hear
Hey
you,
man, the short kings matter, man. What's up? They ain't trying to give out too many scholarships for the short kings out here, baby.
Yo, I had an athletic director, though. He walked away from me before I even got to. They called me down to the hey, Mr. Davis, come down to the office. I come down to the office. Before I even get to it, he walking away from me. I'm like, I get to the coach, like, why he leave? Say, man, he said you ain't 5'8". He talking about 5'8".
Oh man.
But that was a crush piece. But yeah, man, I did my thing. All black school, West Virginia Yellow Jackets, man. Did my thing. Second team all conference. Second team all American out there, man. Kick return, punt return, play corner. Yeah, man. I did I.
Cornell Stewart type.
Did I?
Okay, so what was that experience, man, going to a historical black college and university, to the HBCUs in the house? What was that like?
At first, it was, I ain't appreciate it, right? It was just like, I'm getting away, but
Okay.
it wasn't my ideal experience.
That's
of the
interesting though, because I'm like,
at first.
yeah, let me
You
know.
what I mean?
Like,
My second school was, because I transferred to Elizabeth City after 2 years,
Okay.
man. But yeah, man, it was just being away, man. It's nothing like being around black educated women, yo. You know what I mean? Beautiful black educated women. Like that's the most enticing thing when you 18, 19, 20.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, so you saying it was too much of a distraction for
Yeah,
you,
man, it
kind
was
of like?
too much. I ain't taking school serious. That's the one regret. You know what I mean? If I had a regret, that'd probably be the one regret. I ain't take college serious, but had a lot of fun, man.
So with all the
had
discipline and the structure, what would you feel like in hindsight, like you saying ain't take it serious, what would be the reason for that?
I think that was just me having too much of my, we could be too much of our worst enemy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I was in my own way. So I went all the way 12 hours, 9 hours away from where I live just to bring what I left home. I mean, to where I was at, West Virginia.
So you bought
some
Brick City
mentality to West Virginia, and that wasn't going to grow me nowhere. You know what I mean?
You didn't break away from certain emotional. Well, I mean, did you feel like, bringing that to West Virginia, was it emotional attachment? Like, what was the need that you felt like you was trying to bring it? I mean, in hindsight now.
It's I think that sometimes when we get away from where we was raised, we trying to get back for no reason. You just missing it. Just you kind of homesick.
Yeah.
So is it the people or the environment?
It was probably a little bit of both. I don't know what it was. I just wasn't really all the way accepting of what was there.
Right. Because you know what I mean? All the way down there, if I'm not mistaken, it kind of like was like a melting pot because you got people from all over the country, basically.
It's actually the opposite, right? Because West Virginia is one of the most predominantly white states in the country.
Okay.
But to be at an all black school in a predominantly white state is weird. Like, yo, everybody here black.
But once you leave off the campus,
once you leave 5 miles down the road that way, it's like.
So at 18, that was my first experience of racism as an adult.
So you essentially was in what they classify as like the sundown towns and all of that stuff,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, man, you had to really be careful out there.
Stay on that campus.
Oh yeah, it'll get mixy. Like you know, if you see somebody from King, they ain't gonna feel no type of way if you see them downtown. But in West Virginia, you ain't gonna really go downtown from King.
Yeah, I got you.
It's different. Yeah, they say stay together, stay in packs, unless you comfortable with somebody around here. Yeah.
And so, how did that, I guess, impact you dealing with the racism? Dealing with the beautiful black women down there on campus.
Yeah,
so different. Like, were you able to kind of like finish everything, or like did your schooling get cut short?
Nah, I ain't finished. I did 2 years, made a little bad decision, came home for a year, sat home, you know what I mean, had to reflect, and then I went back to North Carolina, man. That's where I met my daughter's mom. You know
okay,
what I mean? Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Word.
So I mean, I guess outside of the experience of you going down there, learning and finding yourself, a beautiful thing did happen, you know what I mean, while you going down there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for sure. It was an eye opening, you know what I mean? Coming home, first of all, when I came home after that 1 year, it was eye opening, bro. Like, cause I hated being home. I realized the second time, like, I don't want to be home.
So the contrast of being in North Carolina and then coming back to brick motherfucking city.
It came like, back to what he was missing. Like, what the fuck is
hold up, man.
Like,
I need to go back down.
I could just come visit this shit.
Word is born.
Yeah,
so I feel that, man, because I kind of feel like when I travel, when I go down south and I go other places, it's kind of like less tense. Yeah. Like as when you come back to the city, everything is kind of like so aggressive up this way. And not to say that shit don't go down there, because it's quite the opposite. You'll get your ass laid the hell down there, you know what I mean? But I don't think it's as like overt. It's not all up in your face with it and shit. Like people tend to mind their business more, like and shit like that. And it's just way more space and land and everything like that.
I agree with the space and land. Because if everybody has space and land, then that's what opens up the tents. It delegates everything
This
else.
is a question that I want to ask you. And so I had went down, I was down visiting some family in North Carolina. And it's real rural down in that area. I think we was down there by, it wasn't Raleigh. It was Roland, and Roland is like a very, very small city, like within North Carolina.
What part that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's neither here nor there,
right.
But it's all fields and everything down there for like as far as the eye can see, and an overwhelming feeling of like, damn, this where my ancestors were slaves and shit at, like, you know what I mean? Like as I was riding through and you see like cornfields, cotton fields, you see animals and shit like that. So did you ever get that feeling, or was you just like so young in your mind and you kind of like wasn't really looking at it from that perspective at that
Especially
point in time?
in Virginia where they say, you know, the war and all that.
Yeah.
I think it was more so that in West Virginia than in North Carolina, because in North Carolina it was more that CIAA, what you see on different world type energy. You know what I mean? That was the energy. So whatever was happening, they wasn't gonna get us.
They
like,
wasn't
nah, that wasn't
right
happening
now.
here. Like that's over with. That's back then. But in West Virginia, it was like it might it's still here.
A little bit.
They still do that. You know what I mean? So it was a little bit of that for real, bro. And the difference was only 3 years apart. Like it wasn't even that big of a difference in time frame. But I think demographically where we was at, you know what I mean?
It was just more of us, so it felt like
no, for sure. You know what I mean? And
like,
North Carolina,
bro, put your back to my back. We gonna get them jokers if they try to come like type shit.
And then I think too the type of people that was in North Carolina, like they coming from New York and Atlanta and stuff like that.
So that was where it was kind of like more of that kind of like
melting pot that you talking about a little bit more. You know,
it's really more the people, like you said, they getting older, they coming down there, they moving down there. I know a lot who come from up here in the city. Like you said, we get to a certain age, you just want to relax and chill.
No, for real. And so what you learn, right, is when I got to North Carolina, everybody, I ain't going to a bunch of North Carolina people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you might catch a Brooklyn person.
I ain't from North Carolina.
Somebody from Philly or.
So I got that. So when I got there, my roommate, shout out to my roommate, man, Mel, he from New York. So he was thinking he was about to get some country ass roommate, and I'm like, I'm gonna get some country. We both get some North, and we like, it's on. Yeah. I get there, bro, got ACGs on. I'm like, oh yeah, it's on. Like, this is my dog. Like, it's on. You feel me? So
dope.
You definitely tell by the attire, bro.
It clicked, bro. It clicked right away. Like, it clicked right away. But yeah, man, I just think I should have took it a little more serious. But it overall college was the most humbling experience, man.
That's definitely dope.
So what about the discipline? You say more serious, because I might remember something that people might not know about, man. When that the Vince McMahon League, when you tried out
football
for
joint, XFL,
the XFL League, man. I remember you coming so close, and they were saying something about the ligament from you being a athlete and you playing through injuries prior to trying out is one of the reasons why they couldn't take you professionally. But that's just a testament to that. Like, I just remember getting a call from somebody who being disciplined, and we rooting, and it's like, damn, he had the cut line, and it's like, he gonna play with the injury. He been playing with the injury the whole time. Like,
I
what
was
the
willing.
fuck?
Somebody, what it is somebody put a call in for me.
I just want you to explain that process.
Somebody put a call in for me and told me to try out for the XFL because I just was coming off I did Arena 2 up in Staten Island, you know what I mean? Played for the Arena 2 team, and they ain't want to contract me long term, so they pay you game by game when they don't want to give you the long term money. And I'm like, cool, but that ain't long term money, so if you ain't just going pay me for the game by game ahead, I need a game ahead. And he was like, nah, we can't do that. So I was like, then you can't long term me. So somebody was like, man, don't worry about him, just do the XFL thing. And they pulled up my injury history and was like, he willing to play through it, just work him out. And it ain't I never followed through, because at that time, I'm like, you gotta cash me out. This is the time me and Kwani dealing, you know what I mean? So it's around that time, I'm like, nah, like.
Hey, yo, so like what year was that?
This 05, 06.
Let's say,
No. This after that. This 07, 08.
07, 08.
And
Like
so what was
06,
those
07.
game checks looking like at that time, if you know?
Nah, you get 300 a game plus 2 tickets. You know what I mean? If
Dope.
if it's a away game, it's 2 tickets. If it's home game, it's 4 tickets.
And so what was, I guess, the regimen for practices and things of that nature that you had to do?
It was supposed to be 3 practices a week plus a film session. You get what I'm saying? But everybody, you might got a little part-time job, so you might make 2 practices in the film session. They might try to fine you or
stipulate you.
But
take 25 off of that 3.
Grown men, so first of all, 300 a week, that's a part-time gig anyway.
And that's what I kind of was thinking too. I'm like, damn.
So you gotta
300, like.
Right, so it ain't enough you ain't putting the family up. This just enough to keep you coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got
it's
bigger
really
dreams.
a look to keep people in sports
in
football,
game shape,
to keep an eye on them, to keep moving forward in different.
It's basically if you basically said scrap the money, I want to move forward. Like I need this.
I still want to be an athlete, and I still want to potentially be picked up.
It was somebody who came over from one of them leagues and they played in the NFL.
It was a couple players.
It was a couple people who come like they get to come on the ball and have the opportunity because they stay in game shape and they stay ready.
I feel like back in the day, shit, wasn't it like Warren Moon or somebody and shit?
Yeah, he did the arena.
Was he in like the
Canada
joint? He was in the Canada.
He did arena too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a couple guys who who just really need that opportunity. But I was in a situation like I need the bread. You know what I mean? The opportunity gonna come to me. Give me the bread.
Yeah. Okay.
You feel me? Like, and
so,
that's where I was at.
Being like an athlete all your young life and into, you know, the earlier part of your adulthood, when it kind of finally ended and you felt like, all right, it's time for me to either hustle or get a job out here, what was that transition like? Because I know a lot of baller friends. I have a lot of baller friends, should I say. I never was really that good. Like, I played for a couple teams, but I never really was like, yo, if I keep doing this, I'm going to be in a league somewhere and shit like that. But like, for a person that was nice like you, that actually got a scholarship to go to school, when your career finally came to an end and you had to like work, like what was that really like?
Man, I don't know. It was it hit you by mistake. You don't know, right? You just like, wait. I
You kind of like the last person to know type of shit.
Like that when the child came into play, like, oh, I gotta start providing.
Yeah, man. But it was a smooth transition because I knew how to work throughout life anyway. So even though I played sports all my life, I still had a job here and there. Like I had a job in college, you know what I mean? At both my schools, actually.
That's how I was too, man.
Like I'm a hustler, you know what I mean? And I don't think it's like I'm a hustler, it's just I ain't lazy. So you kind of gonna get a hustler's mentality when you're not
it's like
lazy.
Get up and get out and get some.
You might not even know you hustling, you just not lazy.
You just not,
right? So I don't got a lazy bone in my body.
You gonna get
I really
to
learned
it.
how to hustle from my peers. Like the people around me do what I do better. I just was having this conversation with Toya. I said, yo, and y'all can probably attest to this in certain things. I said, I be the best at everything I do until I'm in my family. And then I'll just be fit in with everybody else. I'm like, wow, everything I do, I'm good at.
That's a dope way to look at it, like, damn.
Then I come in my family, like, I ain't even the best of my family at this. So one of them know, like, what you want to
do. So when you step outside of that, and I just got to test, because you know we close
it's a real
as hell.
Thing.
When you step outside of that, do people view you as arrogant?
Yeah, I know it is. But I humble myself, but I don't let nobody else humble me. Like, I check myself. Like, I know my confidence is through the roof. You know what I'm saying? I know it is. You need to humble yourself. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You can't, though. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Like, you know me. Like, and that's the energy on it, man. Because at the end of the day, that's how you become your biggest critic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I judge myself hard. You know what I mean? So
when you you judging yourself, is it because you're trying to make yourself better? Which is, I guess, the man in the mirror aspect of it. Because we try to not judge other people, but judging ourselves is okay, I believe, as the aspect of looking in the mirror. Do you judge yourself to make yourself better or to set an example? Like, what is the competition with yourself when you judging yourself?
I can't even explain
I would say
bro.
to try to be better than you was before, right?
I mean, yeah.
But because some people may have a reason for that. So you have a child now, so you want to set an example. You're not necessarily trying to be better than your child, but you want to set the example or be better to, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be better than anybody, but I want to set the example of greatness for my child.
Right.
But I think in your example, it was like, or his example, he was like better than himself.
Right,
like
right.
You trying to, you know what I mean?
Trying to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Kinda,
So, and that's what I'm asking. Is it what started making you become that? Is it because of, like you said, you have a daughter now and it gives you a different outlook, or is it just to become better, to provide? Like, what is the reason that you judge yourself to become better? What is the reason for that?
It's probably more so my daughter now. But I think probably before my daughter got here, it might have just been not wanting to disappoint certain people in my life.
Right. Okay.
Like not wanting to disappoint my dad.
Right.
My sister to a certain degree.
Some people will instill values in you.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Certain people's opinions
matter.
I care. You
Right.
know what I mean? I care. You know what I mean? So no matter what's going on with me, I'm going to care about how they feel. You know what I mean? It might not dictate exactly how I move, but I'm going to just care. I'm going to care. Like,
you value their opinion.
Always. I'm going to always care about what they think about whatever I do. Whether I'm going to change what I did or not, I'm going to care how they feel about it.
So, that's what I was getting to, because sometimes we want to do things, but it's other people who we care for that may change what we do and how we do it.
I think that's valid. That's definitely valid.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I guess I want to kind of like transition to you know, as you had your daughter, I think that was like how far in between after, you know, you stopped playing sports, you was down in Carolina, you met your lady,
right.
kid's mom. So like, when did you transition to wanting to be into the coaching? Because I see you now and you know, you're giving your all into these kids.
Yeah,
you know,
man,
you got the
I'm all
track
in,
kids,
baby.
you running them on the gram, doing the videos. Man, so like some of the stuff that you was doing, like you said, you was a multi-sport player, you was doing track yourself, and now I see you running a kid. So like what kind of went into that and what do you get out of that?
Man, it started from my man pulled me in. Shout out to Coach Corey, Mo Better, baby. But about 2 years before my daughter was born, man, I was going to see one of my nephews at a track team in Philly. Shout out to Mo Better.
Okay.
And I just started talking with one of the coaches, and we started talking football at the track meet. You know what I mean? You just hit it off with somebody. He like, yo, I got the head coaching job at Oak Lane. You want to call it defense? I'm like, yeah. And then we go back-to-back city champs. You know what I mean? Shout out to Oak Lane Wildcats.
Back-to-back city champs?
Back-to-back city champs,
First time
man.
out?
First time out. First year, second year, back-to-back city champs.
Was it the office of the defense?
No, man, defense won championships. Offense won some games, though. Shout out to Coach Shot.
We gotta get his coach in here, Mo Better. He talking about
Word, Mo Better, where you at, baby?
Points at? Somebody had to put points up.
No, listen, man. Offense won some games, but ultimately defense wins the ships, man. Like we got a bunch
As
of
we can
shout-outs
see
out
with the
here.
Super Bowl that just passed, Seattle spanked
man.
them boys.
That come from a cornerback though. When he said defense,
Hell yeah, I'm defensive minded for sure.
ask
for
running
sure.
back, give me the ball.
No, yeah. So that's kind of where the essence,
spark came
the
from.
spark came from. Boom. Prior to that though, I was up here and I volunteered at Barringer.
Okay.
Only because a Shabazz alum was
Look,
there,
he
man.
had to
That's
say
what I was about to
only
say.
because,
Man.
look, you see how he
Only
How you go to the Bass and you wind up volunteering
man.
for
He
Barringer?
said
Good
only.
friend of mine, man.
Okay.
He called me in, man. He wanted me to pull up, so.
So he went from South Side to the North Side,
Yeah,
baby.
man, just for a little half a season, cause that's my
Okay.
guy, man. But
that kind of like
yeah, that was around
fed
2011,
the coaching
2012, and you know,
beast
yup.
in you.
Yeah, nah, it was always. I didn't think I was gonna be a coach, but you know, you just want to stay close to the game, so it kind of transitioned to that.
So the coaching feeds the athleticism?
No,
Athlete?
the athletic part feed the coaching side because you're gonna stay attached to the game. You know what I mean? So if you was a player, it's gonna be hard to get away from the game.
Got you.
If you was a real player, like you ain't just walking away. You
And I
gonna try
guess
to-
that kind of goes to the earlier question of, look, man, when it's time for me to stop playing and I got to actually start working, like, how is that transition? But I'm getting now is like, look, I'm about to still be around the game because I'm about to pour into these kids that's coming up now, and I'm about to, you know what I mean?
Nah,
so that's
you
dope.
find it in certain capacities, man. So, you know, when you working, but you find your passion. So you never know which way life gonna pull you. You know what I mean? I don't think I ever saw myself as a coach growing up. But now, realizing now that's what I'm coaching, like, I think this is what I was put here to do, to coach. You know what I mean?
So thinking back now that
pull
you're a
energies
coach, because I can attest to, do you ever think you was in moments where you was a coach as growing up, as you see it now? Like you said, maybe with your friends traveling from this distance to that distance, hey man, we gonna take this route. This route may be this way, more efficient. Like, you know, those are ways of how we coming up as, you know, being the leaders, is how we transition to become leaders.
No, absolutely, man. Just having the ability to be able to band people together. You know what I mean? From this neighborhood and this neighborhood, like my
They
friend,
say sports is the great equalizer, like.
bringing people together, man. Once you kind of get that ability, that's gonna become like a coach. You know what I mean? But like you said, just navigating the streets. Nah, we ain't going this way because I was up that way a couple times. I know what's over there. We gonna go this way because it's safer. Then we gonna walk down. So you coaching through life kind of thing.
So
bro.
let me ask you this, right? So you win the back-to-back joints. You know, you defensive coordinator of the year. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
How do you get from football to now track?
My daughter, man. She 10-year-old stud, Zori. Yeah, man. She got me fully drenched in it, man. just being around it, and she walked into it just being around me, and she took off with it. Now I kind of feel like I'm 2 feet in because this is what she want to do. If she was a swimmer, I'll probably be teaching swim or something. I don't know, but since she 4 feet in,
so in essence,
does it bring you back to a nostalgia feeling to appreciate? Hey, my daughter is running track, like, and I ran track. I can actually show her like real. I can pass down a technique to my daughter in this sport that can. Because she winning gold medals too. I see Niecy got medals too.
She got more than me.
So
I don't
it's
got
like,
none.
and she started earlier. So is it anything that you specifically say to be like, man, I train her and not to stout any other people, but I train her a little different with DNA versus what's going on also.
No, absolutely. And
like in the house, we doing different training that I might not do to other students. Because they not my kid.
You can't, right? Like I can't do with my daughter what's going on with what I'm doing with my daughter. I can't do with y'all kids like that. You know what I mean? So, the standard is set, but cause she said it, right? Like I wasn't a 10-year-old All-American. She is.
Right. Exactly.
So now I gotta show her how 10-year-old All-Americans gotta move and operate. I could show you what a 17-year-old All-American was, but you 7 years ahead of me, so this is what you gotta do,
bro.
right?
Talk your shit.
Type time. So that's what it is, man. I just show her like, I ain't gonna let you play with this part of it. So if you wanna play with it, we could go to the park. If I sign you up, we gonna work out. We gonna get some exercise in. So now when you get to practice, you ready.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna train you.
For practice.
So you giving her all of that.
By the time you get to whatever sport you gonna do, you gonna be ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just train you, and then I don't care if you do cheerleading, and you're gonna be the best cheerleader that they seen. And that's what happened. This is her first year cheering, and she made All-American.
Okay.
Yeah,
so is it? Because I just want to go back with your pops and now your daughter and you. Is it just so you said staying eligible, the physical aspect of the mindset of staying ready, being able to use your body to overcome any limits. Is that the discipline that you stay athletic from?
I think the being
because it could be any
athletic,
sport. You play basketball, football, track. I believe you could do wrestling.
Right.
I know you personally. Well, I feel like you can learn. We did baseball. You did play baseball with Aaron.
Yeah,
I remember. So doing multiple sports, you may like sports more than others, but is that the all around being healthy, staying energized, staying athletic, staying fit?
Yeah, just staying fit. My dad was like that. My dad wasn't into sports. He was into martial arts, but just being fit. So I think having the type of dad I had, it don't matter if I did sports or not. I was gonna be fit. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what that was.
And it kind of goes to what you're saying of being ready for the moment.
Right,
so.
He had me ready. When I tried out, my dad ain't never played football. He wouldn't have made the football team. But when I tried out, I was ready to make the team. Because guess what? I jogged. I did push-ups before. Absolutely. I know how to do sit-ups. I've been punched before, kicked. So I like contact. So he was like, man, this will work for you.
His pop knew how to kick more than he knew how to run.
No, for sure. Pop said, listen, man.
He knew how to fight better than he knew how to run.
Hell yeah.
In their era, it was martial arts. That was it's different.
So what I will say before we wrap this thing up, man, because this was a beautiful conversation, but what I like to ask every guest that come through is, what does cultural currency mean to you?
That's an intelligent question, man. I ain't even think about that, bro. Nah, I'm lying. I think it just means a lot of what we always talked about on and off the camera, man. Just what you bring into your personal culture, right? Because culture overall could be subjective, right? But you wanna make it inclusive to where it's not just what I feel, right? What
Absolutely.
I feel. It's gotta be a situation where it makes sense for everybody, right? And I think you
can stop the camera.
I think it's network. I think cultural currency is your network, right? Who can I reach just based off a conversation or the contacts on my phone? who can I reach based off the contacts in my phone? How many people can I reach based off the contacts in my phone?
Dope.
Kind of thing. And that's just ultimately what I think that is, big bro, for real.
I mean, that's, you know, I'm not here to, you know, put any words in, you know what I mean? It's all about what does it mean to you? And, you know, like I said, I couldn't have said it any better than what you said it right there. That was my last question. Swiss, you got anything before we get up out of here?
Just appreciate the guests for being here, man. Like I said, this bro, this Flame, this Chiwi, this Ty, this Slim right here, bro. I'm talking about the first time I ever jumped somebody was with this nigga. Like, stop playing, Harold Lee. We know you. Sign up and subscribe. Hey, Murder, you know it was for you. You feel me? This is how it is, bro. Like, we just cultural currency and we brotherhood, and it's how we rock, man.
Absolutely, man. And with that being said, I want y'all to go out there, be productive. You know, keep those contacts, the people that you got in your phone, you know, that's your network and that's what your net worth is. So, you know what I mean? Go out there, do what you need to do, hold it down. I'm your host, JoePro973. That's the end of the VID, the homie Swiss, the homie Flames. We out. Peace.